Welcome back into the Vikings Central podcast. It's been a little while. We've gotten a little busy, but we are back at it. Jonesy, how the hell are we doing?
Great, Pete. We're live.
We are live tonight. Can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Heck yeah.
Heck
Let's
yes.
go.
We got a lot of catching up to do, but it's going to be fun to talk about. Season's coming fast. I can't believe August is like 3/4 of the way done already. It's just flown by, in my opinion, anyway.
2 weeks to kickoff.
I know
Let's
it's
go.
absolutely crazy. It is dope. Can't wait. But before we get into the topics and a little bit of talk for you, I do want to shout out our new partner. It's Locker. It's called Locker Bet. You can download their app. They have a website as well. Use code NFL50 and they'll match up to $50 for you on your first deposit. As you can see on the bottom scrolling across there, we do have a league set up, Vikings Central. Again, use code NFL50 for $50 off your first deposit. The first 10 people, you'll pretty much be tossed into a giveaway for this Kyle Rudolph signed mini helmet. Really good chance. Again, go down Vikings Central, use code NFL50 for $50 off your first deposit, and you'll be signed up for this for a giveaway. Again, that's the Locker app, and you just got to sign up and search the league, Vikings Central.
That's dope. 1 in 10 chance to win a signed Kyle Rudolph helmet. That's sweet.
Heck yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, the season's coming. It's going to be big time. I can't wait. But obviously, there's been a lot of news, Jonesy.
A lot of news.
Since we've been back on, and the biggest news, it's kind of old news now, but we haven't really talked about it on here, and it's the J.J. McCarthy injury. Just your first initial thoughts on that, and kind of your first initial feelings. Obviously, they weren't good, but what was your first initial thought on that?
I mean, first and foremost, I feel bad for the kid. It really sucks to go to your first preseason game and then have a meniscus injury like that. Now, obviously, we're cursed franchise, this and that, and everything that's been out about it. And it really sucks. And I get it. I totally understand. And I'm not trying to be Mr. Optimism here, but, if you're looking at the season as a loss because we lost our first round draft pick,
right?
I mean, at the end of the day, he wasn't going to be the starter to start the season. Like, I know people were excited about the way he was performing in preseason, but even talking to Alec Lewis and talking to Wubby and everybody, no one was actually projecting him to win the starting job or be the starter to start the season. And having said that, we would have only saw him if we started losing games. Right? So it's not a blessing in disguise. I'm not trying to wrap a turd up in tinsel and give it to you for Christmas. It sucks. Right. There's no doubt. I'm just trying to say, at the end of the day, it's going to be good mental reps for him the whole season. He's going to be on the headset. I can almost guarantee it. He'll be on the sideline. He'll be in the classroom. He'll be in the quarterback room. He'll be with McCown and KOC and Wes Phillips, and he's going to take in and learn so much this season without having to step foot on a football field. Yep. And it's going to go a long way for him for the rest of his career. Remember, this wasn't a win now season. I don't know. And we all want to win. There's no question, but this isn't a win now season. No. You don't lose a Kirk Cousins, draft a guy first round, and then expect to be Super Bowl champions. We're building there. I like the way the direction the team is headed, of course, but I think it's the best thing for him. Get that full repair done, get that full surgery done, sit it out, and hey, now, and it alleviates all pressure from him too for the season,
Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be a lot of mental reps, and that's not always a bad thing. He's going to be in the meeting rooms, and damn well KOC is not going to let him miss anything. He's going to be in his ear still. And I know he's not getting the actual on-field reps, but he's got a lot of smart people around him, and he's going to be able to, soak it all in. And at the same time, like you said, he wasn't going to start week 1. Now, were we going to maybe see him at some point this year? The likelihood of that is probably, but at the same time, like you said, this is a transition year. It's there's a reason for this season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be leading up into 2025 because we got all the cap space in the off season. We could even, if the season doesn't go well, we're going to have a top 10 pick probably to add maybe an impact player on the defense, or maybe, a guy on offense, which is probably unlikely, but at the same time, it's going to be an impact player. So I was like low key depressed like for a day or two. And I think
we all were.
Yeah.
I think we all were. It
Yeah.
sucks. I mean, there's no doubt it sucks. We don't want to see that.
Yep.
But I mean, again, we weren't going to see him on the field unless we started losing anyway. So if we start losing now, I guess that just means we might have to see more Nick Mullins or something.
Jaron Hall.
Hey, Jaron Hall looked pretty good the other night, right?
He did that pass to Jayshon Jones. That was a dot. That was a beautiful ball.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was. So I'm excited to see him in week 3 as well. Preseason week 3. I hope they give him the start and just let him at it. Like,
yeah, why not?
Let him play like the first 3 quarters and then throw in Matt Krell for the 4th quarter or something like that. I don't need to see any more Nick Mullins. I know who he is. He's capable backup. Let Jaron Hall get these reps now. I mean, why not?
Jameis Winston with less personality. Nick Mullins.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So now going to our actual starter for the season, Sam Darnold. What's your kind of expectation for him now?
I think he's going to try to show out. I mean, I think he knows this is kind of his audition, if you will. Like, yeah, he's not dumb. He knows he isn't in line to be a long-term solution for the Minnesota Vikings, but the way his career's gone, he hasn't had a real opportunity anywhere he's gone to be set up in a good situation. Jets were a disaster. The Panthers were a disaster. He didn't get playing time in San Fran. And so this is do or die time. You're gonna find out real quick if Sam Darnold can be a starter in this league or if he's a career backup.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be telling probably right off the bat. I mean, it's gonna take him a week or two to get into the rhythm of things, but it's really gonna show you what exactly Sam Darnold is made of, because this is probably his last opportunity. If he doesn't show out, he's not going to start again for another team unless obviously injuries or something like that. But
if you can't have success with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, KOC, an offensive minded head coach who used to play quarterback, Josh McCown as a quarterback, Wes Phillips in a system like that, then yeah, you can't be a starter in this league.
And Nick Mullins was throwing for 350 yards plus at the back end of the year last year. Like, why can't Sam Darnold do that? He's kind of a gunslinger. He's got the mentality.
Well, I fully think he can. It's just we need him to do that with not very many turnovers.
Yeah,
if we want to have a decent year. I'm getting all kinds of update requests on my computer that I'm just
that's how long we've been. That's how long we've been off this damn thing.
Yeah, I guess. It's crazy.
But
yeah,
for sure.
Overall, yeah, 6.5 wins is, I believe, what Vegas has us at. I'm pretty sure. I think that's a good number, and I think realistically, I'm not being a hater. I'm not being a hater, but I can be a realist too, and say, hey, I think that's a good number. Like if we're over 6 wins, and I would say that's probably more than what I was expecting this year.
Especially with our schedule. Our schedule's kind of brutal. Especially in the first handful of games.
It's a long-term solution here. This is how you build a franchise to win. Okay? You get cap space, you develop a quarterback, you have them at rookie money, and then when it comes time, you spend the money that you need to fill in positional needs.
That's exactly right. Probably a defensive tackle next year or a cornerback. And that's kind of where I'm leading into now. Like, this defense, obviously the secondaries like makeshift essentially. I mean, you still got Byron Murphy and you got Shaquille Griffin, who's a new face, but he was brought on right away in free agency essentially. And then you got guys like a Caleb Evans, and then a bunch of pretty much unknowns, new guys in the system.
Until recently, and we just signed Stephon Gilmore, which was an awesome surprise.
Yep.
I mean, we like to get excited about free agent signing, and Stephon Gilmore, we know his accolades over the year, Pro Bowler, and I don't know if he made second team All Pro one year, but definitely has had success pretty much everywhere he's played. So it's a good vet to bring on the team. Take some of the younger guys under his wing, definitely show them the way, and probably have some success in this Flores system.
Yeah.
So I like the signing, and when they definitely needed depth. So I like the signing there. Is he going to be like a massive difference maker on defense? I would probably say not like crazy, but and you got to also realize the thing about the cornerback position is you have to have depth. They get hurt. Zimmer always alluded to that. He's like, you got to have a ton of corners because corners go down with injuries all the time.
Yeah.
And so, it's just good. And we saw it the first freaking day of preseason when McKay went down with an injury. Like, they just get hurt. So, and Stephon Gilmore has shown he's got pretty good longevity in his career, and he hasn't had too many terrible injuries.
Right.
So, yeah, I like it. I mean, it'll definitely help solidify the defense a little bit. There's still some areas that need to be addressed. Probably more so in the offseason and the draft of next year that can really make this defense dominant. But like you said, the secondary, particularly cornerback position, is still going to be an area of need. Defensive tackle position is definitely an area of need. But I mean, I really like the young pieces we have in place. And, I think Flores is brilliant. And if we can keep him around and these young pieces and build around that, then this is going to be a scary team. We just got to keep with it, keep going, and stay on the track that we're headed.
For sure. And I'm kind of going to put you on the spot a little bit with this question.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of new faces on this defense, obviously, kind of at every single level.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose one guy by the end of the season, who do you think like the defense's MVP is going to be like at the end of the year in your eyes?
Of the new faces, you're asking, or
just like in general,
or overall?
Overall, yeah.
Overall, I think Ivan Pace is going to show out. He's going to be the defensive MVP, if you will. Yeah. I think 1 year under his belt, and now he's just playing free and loose, and he's going to let it fly. He's shown he can run sideline to sideline. He can play pretty well in coverage, and he can attack the gaps like a good linebacker should be able to do. He plays pretty free. So I think Ivan Pace is going to be the defensive MVP by the end of the year. I mean, I guess runner up, maybe I could see Grenard,
sure,
or someone, one of the Grenard, or maybe even Dallas Turner coming as a rookie and being. And I realistically, I could see Dallas Turner having 13, 14 sacks this year.
For sure. And that'd be amazing.
That'd be incredible.
Yep. If McCarthy does end up panning out, I mean, that's going to take a couple years to figure out exactly. But then if Dallas Turner is a top end edge rusher too, Kwesi nailed that first round. And that'll, I mean, two of the most important positions too. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but Ivan Pace Jr. probably was my choice too. I can't wait to see him flying around the field in his second year and rocking that number 0. That's going to be dope to see on the field. But I guess another under the radar guy, you kind of mentioned a couple edge guys, Dallas Turner and then Jonathan Grenard. I kind of am really excited to see Andrew Van Ginkel on the field. I think he's just so versatile. He can drop back and play the pass a little bit. I think he could probably have 2 or 3 interceptions this year, get after the passer a little bit, or the thrower a little bit. Yeah, the passer. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. But I think he can just, make a difference in multiple ways, and especially in that defense with Brian Flores.
Well,
A guy that has a great relationship with Brian Flores.
yeah, we already saw that. I think it was it today or yesterday he put that statement out. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for Flores because of the
Yeah.
controversy we can get into a little bit between Tua and Brian Flores. But yeah, I mean, Van Ginkel's shown, he's already proven it in a Flores system and out of a Flores system that he's a difference maker on that side of the ball. So I mean, he flies around. He's an exciting player. So definitely excited. I'm excited for the rotation. Like I can't wait to see what Flores does to be able to get, Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner all on the field at the same time.
It's
It's
gonna be
fun
fun to watch.
fun. It's gonna be
Not gonna be no Ed Donatel 2022 defense. I can tell you that.
no. There's not gonna be many shells.
It's gonna be the next level of last year's Brian Flores defense. We'll be. I think we'll actually be able to get after the passer this year, which has kind of been one of our weaknesses the last couple of years, and I think we're gonna have no issue getting after the passer.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need someone to step up in the interior to get some interior pressure. That's going to be the big question there, I think. But
yeah, and I mean
LDR,
a lot of that.
LDR.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you'll see a lot of interior stunts, a lot of playing around with the linemen and getting guards and centers off their game, not knowing where the pass rush is coming from. So that's definitely one way you can get the interior pressure up the middle that you need to be a successful defense as well. So
yeah, for sure. Obviously, going back to the Tua situation, you played college football, Division III college football,
dude.
What's kind of your thought on that?
I like Tua a lot as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And even as a person, and it's not like I met him, but my college roommate actually trained him a couple years ago, helped train him. But this was like the softest thing like I've ever heard someone come out and talk about a coach. Like he went on saying he's a terrible person because he was mean to you. Like, man, his job isn't to be nice to you. It's to get the most out of you. You're welcome. And you know what? Go ahead and say you didn't like his methods. Go ahead and say, like, you didn't feel like he brought out the best in you. Go ahead and say you even thought that he had a personal vendetta against you for whatever reason. Go ahead and say all that. But to whine like that and act like, dude, come on, you're an NFL player. Like your coach was mean to you. I don't know. And Dolphins fans, man, you talk to any Dolphins, they hate Brian Flores. And I'm like, dude, Mike McDaniel has, in the same period of time, one more win in the last 2 seasons. Brian Flores' last 2 seasons versus Mike McDaniel's last 2 seasons. First of all, what team do you think had more talent? What roster do you think had more talent on him?
Definitely the current roster, yeah.
Yeah, by far. Yeah, and if you compare those 2 seasons, Brian Flores had 1 fewer win than Mike McDaniel, Dolphins fans. So as much as you want to talk about how amazing Mike McDaniel is, and he's exciting, very exciting offense, very exciting to watch the Miami Dolphins in September, October, and the beginning of November. Right. And then God forbid you gotta go play somewhere in the cold, or defenses start to figure you out a little bit or whatever.
Right. Yep.
And then look what happens. Like they start the season strong and then they teeter off. Like that's been the Dolphin way forever. Like how they let the Buffalo Bills win that division last year, when it was seemingly wrapped up, they were talking about the Dolphins in October is the best team in the NFL.
Right.
And the 2-headed monster at running back with Mostert and A-Chain, and they were crushing it, right?
Yep.
So getting back to it, all of that to say, like you can hate Brian Flores because whatever it is, because he went after the Dolphins for wrongful termination or saying it, had to do with this, that, and the other, when clearly he was put in a situation where he was asked to tank games. First of all, you're asking a coach to lose.
Yep.
So start looking at the top of the echelon here and who's really to blame.
Right.
It was a crappy situation for Brian Flores too. He probably didn't want to draft Tua.
It sounded like he wanted Justin Herbert, I think, at the time.
Yeah. So he
which
probably
wasn't the wrong call either, probably.
I mean, I honestly, as a quarterback, I'm not gonna, like, if you look at Justin Herbert versus Tua, I don't think I don't think Justin Herbert's far and away better than Herbert. I would honestly maybe take Tua over Herbert just because of his accuracy. Herbert probably has a stronger, better arm, but Tua is way more accurate, throws with better anticipation.
Especially for McDaniel's offense, yeah, Tua is probably the better fit there.
Yeah, and so I don't know necessarily, but yeah, I don't think Flores wanted him, so he probably maybe was a little sour about that.
Yep.
And then his methods didn't fit for a Gen Z quarterback, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's soft to me, and maybe I'm a little old school, whatever, call it what it is, but like, to whine about your coach being mean, like, it's just, and to call him a horrible person, like, you called him a horrible person, like, okay, tough. Whatever.
That was kind of my initial thought too, like right off the bat, like just when he came out and said that, I'm like, first of all, kind of odd timing, like why do you need to say that right now? And then from his exact words, like, obviously Brian Flores was hard on him, but it's the NFL. Isn't that what you expect going into the NFL? You're going to be coached hard. That's just the way it is.
I was coached hard in Pop Warner football, dude.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I played college basketball. I know it's different than football, but I got my ass chewed daily at practice, daily, and it wasn't all friendly. They talk down on you a little bit sometimes, but that's how you get mentally strong, to be honest with you. You gotta be mentally strong, and that builds character. And at the end of the day, they're just coaching you hard, and that's the way it is. That's what I would expect going to the NFL. Like, you're gonna get your ass chewed.
Yeah. And honestly, you probably get your ass chewed a lot less in the NFL than you did in college.
Right.
Because at the NFL, you're a professional. You're expected to show up. You're expected to do the things that you got chewed out for in college for not doing. So
exactly.
So I don't know, man. But yeah, it's just football player. Like, this isn't patty cake. Like, it's football.
Right.
It's tough people. It's a hard thing to do. Probably one of the hardest sports that you can play mentally.
Yep.
And physically. Well, I don't know. That's another debate. We could talk about what sport would be the hardest to play.
Oh yeah.
But football as a team game, the preparation that goes into it, the perfection you need to be successful on each and every play. And you're gonna whine because your coach was mean to you? Golly, give me a break.
I don't understand it, but it seems like majority of the other guys especially that are in the Vikings, they love Brian Flores. So,
and you know what? Kudos to Flores for not like coming back at him or anything, and just coming out and like, hey, I never met any ill intent, and I've learned from it, I've grown from it, and maybe I'm not the same guy I was, and
for sure.
And hey, good for him. Like, can you imagine if Tua played for Bill Belichick? Good God.
Or Zimmer or something like that. Yeah, it's true. It's cool. But moving on a little bit here, I want another take from you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm kind of on, and I know it's only been one like impressive performance in the preseason, but I'm still kind of on the Lewis Cine train. Where are you kind of at with that? Trade him away for a 6th rounder, or what are you feeling?
No, I don't honestly see the point of trading him away for a late round draft pick. It doesn't quite make sense to me when this year he's playing under that rookie contract, and what do you have to lose really at the end of the day? Like, I know it's a roster spot, but I mean, you got the three main safeties that are going to be there no matter what. You can definitely afford to keep Cine on the roster without like much drama or anything, or maybe even the practice squad, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't see any reason to trade him. Like, if it turns out that the old Lewis Cine from college shows out, then you have a huge win
For sure.
And there's no doubt the dude could play in college. Like, it was on film. And I think, he had a promising NFL career, and he got injured right away. And like, that is such a mental hurdle to have to overcome for a rookie in their, first game, essentially.
Right.
So yeah, no, I don't. I do. I mean, do I think he's going to be like an all pro at any point? No, I definitely don't think that. Like, I think he has the athleticism, the ability to have a role in Flores's defense. I'll say that.
Yep, I agree. Like I said before, I'm still on the train a little bit. And obviously he was playing third string offenses and everything like
Yeah.
that. But you could kind of see his range a little bit on last Saturday versus the Browns, and just kind of what they were kind of looking at when they initially drafted him, like his potential. It kind of showed up finally in like live game action, and he hasn't shown anything like near that until Saturday.
Yeah.
But he is still recovering. That was like a major injury, like you said. That was a
Mm-hmm.
major injury, and it might take him a year or two to get back into full form. So it's gonna be interesting to watch what exactly happens with him. Like, if they do just cut bait. At this point, I don't know why. I just keep him on the roster. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you can get a 5th or 6th round for him, sure. I don't care, I guess. But
yeah, I guess I don't really see the point. Like,
yeah,
you might as well just keep him around.
agreed.
Or I know he won't make it to the practice squad. He'll get
No,
picked up by
for sure.
somebody.
Yeah,
So
no, not a chance there. No, for sure. Other than seeing, do you see any like other surprise roster cuts? I know the Najee
well,
Thompson one today was a little interesting,
yeah,
but
I think that was more just because the injuries kind of
right,
riddled him. I know he was, special team All-American.
right,
But yeah, I think it's just been that injury that's been hampering. That's been hampering him, and it's kind of slowed him down a little bit.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, surprising but not surprising. Any other roster cuts that I could see? I mean, I know he's a fan favorite, but I see a world where we cut Dalton Reisner. So
Yeah, that was my one of my main ones too.
yeah.
Yep.
Although I mean, we haven't had tremendously good guard play in the preseason at all.
Yeah.
Like, Ed Ingram has not looked good either. So it's hard to like say, oh, we're going to cut Dalton Reisner
Yeah.
when no one else has looked good. But
Right.
but I mean, there's also they brought in someone from the UFL. I can't
Yeah.
remember his name. They like, and even if I
Can't
did
remember it
remember
now.
his name, I'm not going to pretend like I knew who he was before today. Anyway,
Right.
but we'll see what that means. But yeah, I don't know. I could see Dalton Reisner getting cut. I'm more interested. I don't know what they're gonna do at receiver. That's gonna be crazy. Like, how many receivers we're gonna keep? Because normally, it's like 5,
Yeah.
and you got JJ Jordan Addison for sure, and then Jalen Naylor. I don't see how you could possibly cut him. Brandon Powell. So that's 4, and then like
Tristan Jackson.
I mean, Tristan Jackson,
Trent
he's
Sherfield,
looked really
maybe.
good. And Sherfield, I love Sherfield a lot as a blocking receiver too, because he's really good down the field blocking. So
Yeah,
it's kind of tough. I think it's a good problem to have right now.
for sure.
And who was Jaron's touchdown pass to? That
Oh, Jason
Jayshon.
Jones.
Yeah, Jayshon Jones, and he looked good in the last pre. So yeah, I don't know. They have a loaded wide receiver room. That's
For sure. Yeah.
I'm super excited about Jalen Naylor this year. I'm excited. That's probably one of the things I'm looking forward to most is to see him solidify himself as someone who should be on the field a lot.
Yeah, because if he does, like, you're set top 3 receivers for next year. But if he doesn't show out and he has another injury, scarred season, like,
Yeah,
you gotta get a wide receiver number 3 next year if it's in the draft or if it's in free agency. You got to. But
bring back Thielen.
Yeah, right. That group is interesting. And maybe you don't agree, and it's maybe a wild take, but I don't know if Brandon Powell is all that safe. I don't know.
Oh wow. That would be the surprise cut. Yeah. If like you're really getting down to surprise cuts, that would be.
But I do think they trust him as the punt returner, so that's probably like one of the big things. But
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, there's Naylor can return punts too. So
yep. So that's an interesting one in my opinion, maybe. And then yeah, the defensive line is gonna be a little interesting. Like, there's a bunch of guys in the middle, like all tied together. Especially with like Levi Drake Rodriguez making a name for himself, and
man, I just like his motor.
What's the kid that showed out on
Bo Richter?
Bo Richter, and then the interior guy, Taki or Takami Tommy.
God, yeah.
He had a really good game though.
Yeah. He'll get cut though.
Practice squad guy. Yeah, he's probably a practice squad guy.
I'm pulling up the roster now. So,
but how safe is like Jacqueline Roy? Do you think, like a last year's draft pick?
Yeah, I mean, the problem with the young guys is they tend to get a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt.
True.
Mainly because you don't have to pay them much.
Truth.
And it's like, okay, well, we have you as like you're here if we really need you, but
right.
Taki Tamiami.
Yes.
Tammany.
Sorry, I'm not well versed on that name quite yet.
Yeah, me either. Obviously. Where's Paul Allen when you need him?
Exactly.
Help us with pronunciation. No, I mean, yeah, it's going to be. I mean, the D line is going to be Harrison, the interior anyway. It's you're probably gonna see Bullard, Phillips, Tillery, Lynch, Roy, and then it'll be interesting. I mean, maybe Jonah Williams and Levi Drake, but I mean, I don't think Bo Richter makes the team, but he's looked so good. It's kind of hard to.
And he just looks like a football player. Like, people have been like comparing him to like JJ Watts, like his build and his swag.
Well,
that's JJ Watt.
Yeah,
JJ Watt out there. The next
one of the best defensive players to have ever played. But sure.
I did pop up I popped up my email real quick, Jonesy, just in case anyone wants to come join and talk with us. It's Vikings Central MN@gmail.com. If you got a hot take, if you got a bold prediction or anything, shoot us over an email and we'll get you on here. So sorry.
No, you're good. I think it's interesting that Dwight McLaughlin has moved his way up the depth chart. If you look at it, he's already on second team.
It's another guy I'm really to watch.
That's speaking that. Yeah, I could see where Caleb Evans gets cut too.
That's a good one. Yep, that's a good one. Well, he always gets in the doghouse like after like week 7 or something like that, and then he's in the doghouse the rest of the year.
Because he lets balls bounce off his face mask into the receiver's hands.
Chargers game. Josh was it Josh Palmer? I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, that was.
It's not just that you dropped an interception. It's that you gave them a touchdown.
I know.
That was painful.
First 5 weeks of last season we could have been like 5-0.
Yeah. How about Will Reichard though?
Yeah,
I guess he went 8 for 8 yesterday in
that's
practice,
what I heard.
and just drilling them down the middle.
Fingers crossed. Do we finally have it? Do we finally have him?
Very hesitant to get excited by a kicker, but
It's bigger than the quarterback.
you gotta like it. You
No,
gotta
honestly,
like
though.
it.
Honestly, I do
One way
like
or
it
another.
for sure.
One way or another. What sport do you think is the hardest sport to play? Man off the street.
Oh, yeah.
You take
I
a
would
man off
definitely.
the street and
Yeah.
you're like, here, go try this. Like, what is he gonna have the least success trying?
This is more like my own personal experience, and I think
Sure.
this would be. I think going off the street, unless you have like this certain aspect of it, like tackled down, hockey. I think hockey would be extremely like ice skating. I'm a horrible ice skater. I cannot like I'll go on the
Yeah.
ice and like a newborn deer. I'm like everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think hockey's yeah. It's like between hockey and baseball, right? Well, like here's the thing, like, yeah, you could teach them how to catch a ball or whatever, or maybe
Right.
even field a ball, but
Yep.
ain't no way anybody is coming off the street having never done it and hitting a 90, 80, even an 80-mile-an-hour fastball.
For
Like
sure.
no one's
For
touching it.
sure. Yep.
Out of 100 tries, you might get a hit. Like
Agreed. I think soccer would probably be another one. Just
see,
the
I don't
ball
know. You just
handling,
gotta run. Like, yeah. As long as you don't have to dribble too much. But
but
if you
like
can run, you could play
yeah,
soccer.
the field is freaking massive though. Like you
Yeah.
have to be
That's just
in great
endurance.
shape.
That's endurance. Okay, if you have, here's the hypothetical: you have 1 month to prepare someone. Like, what sport would they be the most prepared on? Like, yeah, in a month, you could like be like, all right, you're gonna play this position in soccer. You're gonna run a lot. Just don't let anyone bite you. Like, I don't, and you're not gonna be great, obviously, but
Right.
it's doable. Baseball, like a month? No, it's never. Hockey, a month? No,
No.
there's no way.
Right.
So
Golf. What
I
do you
don't
think of
know.
golf? You're a golfer.
Oh yeah, golf. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna put up any kind of good score, that's for sure.
No.
But I mean, if you're out every day golf practice for a month, you could probably shoot it like between 110 and 100. Like,
Yeah. But that's also a sport. Like if you miss a week and you go back, like it's like you missed like 2 months. And in my
yeah,
personal experience, like I gotta play
sometimes,
once a week or twice a week in order for me to keep my game like
yeah. But
at
the
average.
other thing about golf is like it's so much mental.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
so much mental
Yep.
that sometimes taking a week off or a month off is like the best thing for your game.
True. Yep. That's true. Yeah, the mental aspect of it. Yep.
For sure, dude.
Other than that, yeah, I think for sure hockey and soccer would be probably or hockey and baseball, excuse me, would be
Yeah.
the two toughest to pick up on in main
Yeah.
sports anyway. Like, but
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know. I would say baseball, but it's impossible.
yeah,
It's
yep,
impossible. And I'm not you most certainly don't have to be the most athletic person to play baseball,
for sure.
but
But
it's to hit a ball coming at you 90 miles an hour.
yeah,
It's not something that you can just learn in a month.
well, you got to have the jewels to stand there too, while it's
No
coming at you
doubt.
90 miles per hour. So
No doubt.
for sure.
All right, what's your prediction on the NFC North this year? Like how does the division shape out?
People are probably gonna hate me for this, but I think Green Bay wins the division.
Wow.
Yep, I think Detroit. They might have. It's hard to say. Like it's hard to repeat years like that because like last year Detroit, everything went right for them last year. Like every single little thing went right for them. There wasn't injuries. All the ball bounced the right way. Like for the Vikings, like every ball bounced the wrong way for us last year. So hopefully the odds even out a little bit this year for us. But at the same time, maybe Detroit fumbles a couple more times, or Goff isn't as sharp at a certain point. And their schedule's a little tougher this year too than last year. So I think Green Bay.
Yeah, they do have a first place schedule.
Yep. I think Green Bay, Detroit. I think Green Bay might only have 11 wins or something like that.
Wow.
I think because the division is tough, in my opinion. I think it's Green Bay, Detroit. I don't want to be a homer. I think it's Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's going to be like a tight, very competitive. So I could see like 11-6 Green Bay, 10-7 Detroit, and then like a 8-9 Chicago, then like a 7-10 Minnesota or something like that. Like it's going to come down to the final couple weeks.
I think you're harder on the Vikings than even I am.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That secondary scares me.
Yeah, well,
it scares me.
Well, don't worry. It's not like they have to go against good receiving cores this year. Oh shit.
And I need to see like a couple games of Sam Darnold too to get a like exact feeling on it.
Yeah. You know what can make a secondary really good? A good pass rush. So let's hope that that's the case. I don't know, man. I think that the Vikings could finish second or third in the division.
Okay.
I like Detroit this year still. I think Detroit is putting together really solid team that believes and is going to be just so hungry for revenge of what happened in the NFC Championship game last year. So I don't know. I'm gonna say that they repeat, and then I think the next three teams are gonna be so close that it could go any way, honestly.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I like what Chicago did on the offensive side of the ball is obviously very impressive, and they're going to be exciting. Caleb Williams is just an exciting player. If you watch him in college, his ability to make plays when off schedule is up there with Patrick Mahomes and
for sure
and the best of them. So they're going to be an exciting team to watch. But it's still a rookie quarterback. It's still a defense that is still questionable. And then Green Bay wise, I know we had a full season of Jordan Love, or almost full season of Jordan Love, but he was good the second half, but he was like really bad the first half.
Yeah.
And it's like, are we gonna get that good Jordan Love or not? Like they paid him like they're going to, so so we'll see. But and then when you look at Green Bay's receiving core, like, I mean, they have the worst receiving core in the NFC North, right? Am I crazy?
I saw a graphic that said they had the best.
From who?
I think someone from CBS Sports.
From Jordan Love?
Yeah, maybe.
It was.
It might have been like Chase Daniel or somebody.
No,
I swear I saw it. I should all find
the
it in like
best receiving core in the NFC. That's someone they want just clicks.
The club,
right?
Yeah,
there's nobody believes that,
and I think they actually had the Vikings third or fourth.
No,
no,
the Vikings. Oh my god! Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I can see where you make an argument that the Bears have a better receiving core.
Let's see if I can find it.
I could see that argument, even though we don't know how good Rome Odunze is going to be. But I mean, I think he's going to be good. He looks good. Keenan Allen, we know Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, we know what they're capable of. But you're talking about the Vikings had three guys go for 1,000 yards last year. I know Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson were just under 1,000, but whatever, just round up. Those Three
With,
different receivers with
round table of quarterbacks too.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yep.
That's
Okay.
wild.
It is wild, and I'm trying to.
I wish I saw that.
Should have tagged you in it. Or no, if I see something like that again, I'll take you so you can.
Thoughts? Just thoughts. Save this. Bookmark it. Idiot. Like I don't want to let it get me like upset because I know for a fact that whoever posted that can't possibly believe it.
Okay,
Unless
it did have us at 2. Or no?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I got 2 of them here. So this is Dan Orlovsky's. Dan
Oh, boy.
Orlovsky had Packers number 1.
Wow. I thought for sure you'd go Lions.
Vikings
That's insane.
Vikings 2.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Bears 3.
Oh my
Lions
God.
4.
Like Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then you're gonna put them as the last.
And then Chase Daniel chimed in and said Bears 1,
Okay.
Lions 2,
Oh my God.
Packers 3,
What?
Vikings 4.
Did he just forget? You can't have the best receiver in the NFL. And if you want to say arguably the best, fine. But you can't put him outside the top 3, right?
Well, Chase Daniel labeled the weapons for each team. So he did Bears, Moore, Allen, Dunze, Komet, Swift, Lions, St. Brown, Williams, Laporta, Gibbs, Packers, Watson, Reed, Wicks, Dobbs. Okay. And then Vikings, he only did JJ, Addison, and Hawkinson. So if you're gonna put Swift and Gibbs in there, why are you not putting Aaron Jones in?
Yeah.
One of the best receiving backs in the NFL.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just whatever, Chase Daniel.
That's kind of interesting, but
DM him right now. Let's see if he'll come on the podcast.
Yeah,
and defend himself.
Honestly, though, son of a.
That's crazy.
Well, no one wants to join tonight, so I think we might have been a little late to the party.
Yeah, that's all right.
Everyone's sleeping, maybe. Everyone's probably laying in bed watching that. Yeah, I don't want to go down to my computer or something.
Purple Persuasion. The PPP. Shout out the TPP. Yeah, shout out Justin. They tweeted out, or they tweeted out an article from MinnesotaSportsFan.com that says Lucene is unlikely to make the 53-man roster, but what's his trade value? I don't think he's that unlikely to make the 53-man roster.
I don't think
that's just if you look at the hold on.
He might have opportunity next year. If they can show him something this year, are we sure Harrison Smith? Are we sure Cam Bynum is still here next year? Are we 100% sure? Then you got Josh Metellus and Theo Jackson, and maybe Jay Ward. But is he going to make the roster? Is Jay Ward going to make the roster?
Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know about that one. The secondary, it's going to be interesting to just see how, Fabian Moreau, what do you do with them?
Yeah.
Duke Shelley's not going to make it.
No.
Oh, what about, it really sucks. Gabe Murphy.
Yeah.
It really sucks that he got hurt because that's probably going to, he was looking good, so promising. I don't know how you keep him on the team now.
Do they put him on, depending on his injury, do you put him on IR or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with him. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But anything else you want to add, Jonesy?
No, just hey, Vikings Central, use code NFL50.
Yeah.
And let's remember, top 10 people who sign up for the locker, they get entered in a chance to win a signed Kyle Rudolph helmet.
It's got the
there you go
COA on it and everything. So
Locker League.
Hell yeah. So it is it's 25 people in the league. Obviously, if we have more interest, we'll expand that. But there is cash prizes at the end right now with 25 people. The pool is $750. So yeah, it's a good chance to have some fun. It's pretty much daily leagues, daily betting during games. Pretty much build points for correct bets and everything like that. And it's be a lot of fun, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I think we got 5 or 6 people in there. I don't even think Jonesie's in it yet. So
I'm about to sign up,
we'll
but
get you signed
I
up.
want to let the first 10 people sign up so that no one thinks that this thing's rigged.
Right.
Do you ever play the daily trivia on BDG?
BDG. What's BDG?
Yeah. BDGE. I don't know. They're just a trivia.
No.
Today's trivia is cool. They name all 22 NFL players that have had multiple 2+ seasons, who have had multiple seasons with 10+ receiving touchdowns since 2012, and the logos represent. So you want to go through some of these and see if you can name them?
Let's do it.
All right. So first logo is a Green Bay Packers logo.
Since 2012, Devontae Adams.
Yep. The next logo is going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo.
Mike Evans.
Yep. And then how about a Steelers logo?
Antonio Brown.
Yep. How about a Chiefs logo?
Tyreek Hill.
And then how about another Chiefs logo, but is a tight end?
Oh, Travis Kelce.
How about, it tells you on it. How about a Houston Texans logo?
D-Hop.
Yep. Giants.
Odell.
Nice. Saints.
Michael Thomas.
First one wrong. That's strike one.
Saints.
It's not fair because I didn't tell you. Tight end.
For the Saints?
Tight
Jimmy
end.
Graham. Jimmy Graham.
There you go. Cowboys wide receiver.
Des Bryant.
Nice. That's a good one. Broncos wide receiver.
Broncos.
Since 2012.
Demaryius Thomas.
Yes, sir.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bears wide receiver.
Bears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh. Since 2012.
Yeah. This one, I don't know. I got this one wrong. You kind of forget that he played for him.
I think I'm thinking too far back.
What? Just tell me what's going through your mind.
Brandon Marshall.
You got it. That was good, dude. Yeah. All right. Patriots tight end.
Gronk.
Yeah, that was easy.
Aaron
Bengals. Yeah, oh God. Bengals wide receiver.
It's not Jamar Chase already, is it?
No.
Bengals wide receiver. Who's it? Since 2012. Who am I missing?
Come on.
Is it recent or not really?
Fairly recent.
Oh, AJ Green.
There you go. Another Bronco wide receiver.
Is it Eric Decker?
Yeah.
I was kind of a Broncos fan when Eric Decker played for him because I was Golden Gopher.
There you go. Bills wide receiver.
Is it Diggs?
Yeah.
No.
Eagles wide receiver.
Eagles wide receiver.
Don't overthink it.
Is it recent?
Yeah.
AJ Brown?
Yep.
Okay.
Vikings wide receiver. Don't screw this up.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah. Seahawks wide receiver.
DK.
Yep. Rams wide receiver.
Cooper Kupp.
Yep. Seahawks wide receiver.
Another Seahawks wide receiver. Is it Tyler Lockett?
Yep. Packers wide receiver.
Another Packers wide receiver. Jordy Nelson.
Yep. And the last one, Broncos tight end.
Broncos tight end. I think this was during the Peyton era too. My damn dog. Julian Thomas.
Julius, but I'll take it. That was pretty good, dude.
I'm pretty proud of myself there.
Props on that one. All right,
Got me
with
thinking
that,
a little bit. Got my brain working a little bit.
we can do that quiz more often. But
Hell yeah, that'd be fun.
well
For
done,
sure.
sir. You nailed them all.
Boom, boom. I got a couple ants in there, but that's all right.
Yeah. I think I got. Well, I got all 22, but I got like 2 strikes while doing it.
Nope.
So I missed a couple myself. I picked Doug Baldwin as one of the Seahawks.
That was another one running through my head. It was either him or Lockett, and
yeah.
fortunately, I picked the right one. But
no, I didn't. And then for the what was the other one I screwed up on? I don't know. I overthink it. Oh, the Bear.
Oh, well.
I think I picked like Alshon Jeffrey or something. I don't know.
I remember when Alshon Jeffrey almost signed with the Vikings in free agency. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And then he went to the Eagles, I think.
Yep, and he was trash. So
yep. Yeah, maybe it was probably good. A good thing. But all right, Jonesy. Good shiznit. We'll see everyone in the next one.
Later, Pete.
Oh,
go sign up.
Yeah,
go
sign up. Go to Locker, download the app. It's very easy to use. Just search the league, Vikings Central, just like our username on Twitter. And make sure you use that code NFL50. Get 50 free bucks.
Kyle Rudolph helmet. Peace.
Oh. Peace.